Good morning.
Good morning.
Somebody's giving me a hard time today.
Oh, I would never.
Never? As in
Well,
always?
well, no, I don't know about always, but every once in a while. You haven't spirulina? You are.
I will eventually. I haven't even started thinking about my breakfast yet.
It'll get there.
So, hi. Yeah, we're a little off this morning because we did not go to the gym.
Did not.
As you can tell, Russ has a little cough. So last night when we got home from the networking event that we went to, I asked him, do you want me to have the alarm set or not? Because I hate it when we get up, we wake up, and the alarm's on, and we're ready to go, and then he's like, no, I don't think we're going to go today. I'm like, yeah! So I asked him last night, and he decided that, no, we'd have the alarm off, and he was going to take the day off, which is good. You know, when your body needs a rest, then you rest. It's not a big deal unless you rest for 7 years.
Right.
So, and I've been thinking about giving my knee a break anyway, because, you know, I've been telling you guys my knee's been popping. So, took the day off. So we took yesterday off. We took today off. We won't go tomorrow. I may or may not do some cardio here today. We'll see how that goes. But tomorrow we won't, obviously, because the gym will be closed. And then we'll see how we feel on Friday.
Exactly.
This might go on Friday.
Although I am convinced I probably lost every muscle I've ever developed over the last 40 years, but what are you going to do?
By taking 2 days off
in a row.
in a row.
By taking 2 days off in a row, yes.
I don't think that's how it works.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
I don't know.
So Russ is making himself some oatmeal. I talked to a friend of mine yesterday, and she said, you know, I love that you guys tell us what you put in your oatmeal and your smoothie, but it would be really nice if you would write it down and kind of give us a recipe of what it is. So I'm going to post, if you haven't liked the R&R Journey page, like that page, and I'll post Russ's oatmeal today. I'll write it out, what he puts in his oatmeal, and then maybe I'll do my smoothie on Friday or something.
So are you going to write it out to where you're actually going to say what product we use, everything, like that detailed, or? I
was going to put just like what it is, like hemp hearts, and not the actual, I mean, unless you guys want the actual like brand names of the products we choose.
Right.
I don't know if that's, you know, super important, but.
No, I think the only thing that's important is if we're using organics, we'll tell you we're using organics.
Okay, consider me informed. I'm going to tell you if it's organic. So I'll put that stuff on the R&R Journey page later today, so that you can actually have it written down. So if you want to try and make it, you don't have to remember from us telling you every single day. But
right.
Anything different you're doing today other than we opened a new bag of the berries that we use, and so the strawberries are all on the top. So Russ ended up with like all strawberries and 2 cherries or something.
Right. So
he's cutting up the strawberries because they're huge.
Yeah. So I'm dumping them in.
So he's having berries, and you're going to put a banana and your regular, your protein, the hemp.
The hemp, the chai, the amla. If somebody knows that it's not called amla, please let us know. I'm going to just start calling it amla. I'm aimlessly calling it amla.
And I don't really feel like having a smoothie today. I'd rather have a wrap, which you guys have seen pictures of if you like the R&R Journey page. Oh, here's Robert. What does Robert say? Good morning.
Morning, Robert.
Actually, a great idea your friend gave you, especially be interested in specific ingredients. Okay. Yeah, just make sure you've liked the page and they'll be there. But as I was saying, I'm not feeling like a smoothie today. But yesterday was a really strange food day for me because I had events all day. So I had part of the smoothie for breakfast that was left over, just a little bit, like maybe a third. And then at lunch, I was at a speaking engagement, which went really well.
She spoke, by the way. Yes.
I spoke.
I cameraed.
He cameraed. And it went really well. So thank you to all of you who wished me luck, and those of you who attended. It was a really good, fun time. But there they had some crackers, so I ate some crackers there. And then I came home and I had a wrap that just had avocado and hummus in it. And then we went to dinner at another event. We went to a different networking event last night, and it was a dinner event. They served dinner, and they had potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and
was that a stuffed lamb chop?
I think it was a pork chop.
Pork chop?
I don't know. It was either pork chop or a lamb chop, and it was stuffed with a cheese and spinach thing.
Yeah.
I ate the stuffing out of it. I didn't eat that.
She ate the stuffing out of it. That's funny.
I did. I like cut it apart, and I pulled all the spinach and stuff out of it, and I ate that, and I ate the potatoes and the Brussels sprouts. But I felt like I woke up this morning and I really felt like it wasn't a low calorie day because the type of food I ate was pretty high calorie, but it was a low volume day, and I feel like it was a low nutrition value day. So even though I'm not really feeling like a smoothie, I do think that the nutrition I get from a smoothie is probably the highest of the food I eat in the most dense volume. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself a smoothie because I feel like my body really needs it.
Yeah.
So that's all that my weird food day for yesterday. And that's the reality when you're on this kind of, journey in life. Sometimes the days are just weird. So yesterday was. So let's talk about Thanksgiving. What's your plan for tomorrow?
Gobble, gobble.
Are you going to eat turkey?
I'm probably gonna have a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't eat years ago, I was the guy. I was the last person to leave the table. Yes, I will be probably the first person to leave the table.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe the second.
So we're going up to Russ's brother's. We're picking up his mother along the way, right. And Russ's brother's wife is cooking, and she's a good cook.
She's a good cook.
So
yes, she is.
the food will be really good. Yeah. I am leaning toward I'll probably have stuffing and potatoes and probably some gravy, which is a animal-based product.
And she may have meatless lasagna. That's always possible.
Meatless lasagna, yeah. So we'll see.
So
I'm leaning away from eating turkey. I feel like there's going to be so many other options, and I was thinking about this yesterday. I don't know why, but for me psychologically, I feel like eating an actual meat product, be it turkey, beef, pork, whatever, is worse for me than eating like cheese or dairy and I don't know if that's true. Like I don't think we've seen any evidence of that.
I don't know. Everything that I felt we saw basically says a meat
all
product,
of it's bad for you.
A meat product. Yeah.
So for me psychologically, I feel like if I'm vegetarian, I'm being better than if I eat meat. And I don't know if that's true. I think I might be just making that up. So I don't know. So you think no? You think either I should all the days on my calendar should be the same color. I shouldn't have it because you guys know I keep a calendar, and if I eat meat, I put it pink, and if I do vegetarian where I have cheese or something, I do blue.
I do think you should keep it that way.
Why?
Because. So,
I mean, it matters to me, but
yes.
I don't know if that
that's
makes any sense.
that's reason alone to do it. So for certain things, a meat product's a meat product. I do think that, and listen, we'll research it and find out the details because I don't want to make stuff up, which I think you're kind of asking me to do here.
I'm asking your opinion, but based on what we've seen.
My opinion is that there is a difference, but I don't want to just say, I can't off the top of my head say this is the difference because I would be lying.
Because we feel like it.
Right. So what we'll do is we'll look into that a little bit more, and then we'll come back with more factual information.
Because I know that, when we watched Forks Over Knives, they're pretty adamant that an animal product, regardless of whether it's meat or something like milk or whatever, is bad for you. Period. End of the conversation. Don't eat it. You'll die.
Right. And the thing about Forks Over Knives, for those that have seen it,
I want to put this away.
Is they're dealing with extreme cases or extreme circumstances.
Extreme health issues.
Right. So their goal was to get people healthy that were very unhealthy
mostly
and
dead.
Were borderline dead. Yes, exactly.
Well, that's good. Borderline dead.
Borderline dead, right. So, I can understand where they're extreme. This is kind of why we always say we're 85%, because we're generally in good health.
Right.
I mean, based on our physicals, based on all our blood work, we're generally in good health.
Based on all the data we have.
Right. So our goal is just to stay healthy through the diet that we have. We're not trying to overcome something.
Right. Do you guys have an opinion about
definitely share it.
Is meat worse? Is dairy the same? I don't know. So that's my opinion. So tomorrow I will likely not eat turkey or ham, but I will have gravy. So I don't know.
Right.
I'm making it up here, people.
Yeah, and if you have stuffing, the stuffing is going to have animal product
giblets or something in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's our goal. We're not fasting tomorrow because
Definitely
it's Thursday. Not. We talked originally about possibly fasting on Friday instead, but now there's a possibility that we're going to go into Baltimore and meet my sister there. My sister lives outside of D.C., so we're kind of going to meet halfway. And if we're going to meet her in Baltimore, I don't want to do that fasting.
No,
it doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't make any sense.
Because we'll probably go and have lunch.
I think the reality is that here we are in the midst of the holidays. Oh, Robert has a big comment there.
Robert, I don't know if I can read all that.
I'll let you read it. I'll keep talking.
I believe of so many foods.
You can read it out loud. Never mind.
Oh, you don't want me to read it out loud? So keep talking.
What I was going to say is we have the holidays are here, and unless you are diehard vegan or diehard vegetarian, vegan because you're doing it for not just the diet but for political reasons, I personally do not feel that being super strict during this time is as relevant. Now, it doesn't mean that the days between the holidays, like the long month between
now in
Thanksgiving
Christmas.
and Christmas, and I'm just going to go, oh, well, it's still a holiday, so I'm going to eat. No, that's not what I'm
Well,
saying.
and we've talked to a lot of people who say, they're all or nothing, and they feel like once they fall off the wagon, they're off the wagon.
Right.
And I feel like for us, it's more about a day-to-day thing. Was today a vegan day, a whole food plant-based day? Was today a vegetarian day? So I think that's a better way to look at it, is more about day-to-day or even meal-to-meal than it is, I failed, so forget about it. It doesn't matter.
Right, and it's why we tell people that if they're trying to get on this type of lifestyle, start with one meal, or do a meatless Monday or a meatless Tuesday, whatever day works for you.
Right.
And start there. It's very hard for anything. I mean, you can't decide you're going to play the piano and tomorrow you're an expert piano player.
You're playing Mozart.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you can't decide to be a doctor and then tomorrow you wake up a surgeon.
It's not the Matrix. They don't plug us in and it's perfect.
Well, that we're aware of, no. And I guess if it did work that way, we wouldn't know it because it would just seem normal. So.
Right. There you go.
Woo. No.
So you're very strange. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to enjoy the holiday, and that's part of like the human experience, right? Is you have feasts and you have famine, and so we have feasts and we have fasts, because in this country we don't have famines anymore, fortunately. Right. So we're going to enjoy it. I hope all of you enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Yes,
if you're
absolutely.
here in the States, if you're not in the States, eat some turkey for us anyway.
Right.
If you're a turkey eater,
get a turkey spam. Wait, can you do that? I'm sure somewhere they have spam turkeys.
You're very strange.
Hey, Howard.
So yeah, have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And we plan on being back on Friday, so we can. We'll let you guys know. Good morning, Sean, or evening, Sean. Right. If I can make the and Russ doesn't know this. This is going to be a surprise to him. If the signal is good enough, I might try to do a live from the car on our way up to New Jersey tomorrow just to say hi. And that'll be in the afternoon.
Oh, no. Then you'll see all the antics I do in the car when we drive.
You're so silly. What did Robert say? Mention this, but how do you feel about seafood? Oh, it's an animal product.
It's still an animal product.
And everything we've read is that seafood has as much cholesterol in it as beef does.
Right.
So it does have the omegas in it, which is why people eat it, because they're like, oh, it's high in omegas, but it also has, bad fat, and you can get your omegas in other places.
Seeds, nuts,
all the seeds,
green
all the
leafy
nuts,
vegetables.
Yep, all the yummy plant stuff you should be eating.
Right.
So we don't eat seafood, although we do have sushi.
We do eat sushi once in a while. However, what I will say is that if you're going to have salmon or you're going to have some kind of fish, don't eat farm raised.
No, that stuff's terrible for you.
Farm raised is to me the equivalent of the processed product you have in a box. I mean,
it's just so much antibiotics.
The stuff they feed the fish.
It's so bad for you.
And the reason why, I mean, if you ever look at a farm raised salmon cut in a wild, you can see that the farm raised is it's more orange and it's got a lot more white lines through it. That's the fat. It's because the fish don't have room to swim, so they develop more body fat.
And they feed them junk.
And they feed them, junk, and they solve that by throwing antibiotics in there.
Right, and they live on top of each other, which is also why they get so many antibiotics.
Yeah.
So we choose not to eat fish in addition to not eating any meat products. We consider it an animal product, so we don't eat it.
Correct.
Except for when we go out for sushi, which we've done, I think, twice since we've started this.
Although, ironically enough, we're leaning more towards like the avocado rolls.
We are, yeah. It's funny because when you start getting away from meat, then it gets more where you eat more vegetables. It's just more normal.
And we found.
I actually saw an article. It was posted. I think Howard posted it or Michelle posted it for Howard. Something. I have an article about avocados. Talk slowly, Robyn. That I want to post on the R&R Journey page for you guys, because avocados are really, really good for you. So we'll do that. But we'll let you guys go. We're going to go eat breakfast. And thanks for being here. It's good to see all of you.
Yes.
And Robert, I will answer your question in text when we get off of here, okay?
And have a happy and healthy and safe Thanksgiving.
Everybody drive carefully
out there.
Anybody who's driving,
be extra careful. That's right. Yes, there's plenty of articles out there about what you should have with you in the automobile for long trips, and they talk about anything that's 50 miles or longer, so I definitely recommend you look those up. If you go to the RGB Design Facebook page or the I Know a Web Guy Facebook page.
His business says I Know a Web Guy.
You will see I posted those articles there. So, yeah, do that, and with that,
go ahead.
We will say, especially since tomorrow's Thanksgiving, we'll tell you to eat food, not too much. Mostly plants. Have a great holiday.
Bye, guys. Thanks for being here.